Hello everybody and welcome to this edition of Mikey's Blues Box. This week we're not going to be doing a lesson or a song or a performance or anything. We're actually going to be checking out an amplifier. This amplifier is the 59 Bassman reissue, the LTD version. I wanted to try one of these out because I know that late in the career of Stevie Ray Vaughan he had switched to using these from the super reverbs. And I was always curious to see if you can get sort of a Stevie Ray sound out of them, or if maybe he was trying to go in a new direction. They were very late in his career at live shows, so there's not a lot of recordings of him using them. So I was just always kind of curious as to if you could get a Stevie Ray kind of tone out of them. I'll be honest, I did find it a little challenging to get the Stevie Ray tones, the Texas sizzle out of it. A lot of the problem stems from it being a tweed amplifier. It doesn't have a lot of high headroom that you kind of need, and the mids are a bit more pushed, whereas the blackface amps he was using had a scooped mid. So I did find it a little challenging, but that'll be another video to see if we can get a little bit of a Stevie Ray thing out of them. But I thought maybe this video I would show kind of what I feel the amp does very well, and that is just classic tweed blues tones. You get out of Chicago blues or some of the later Clapton stuff when he started using the tweed amps, like on the From the Cradle record and things like that. And I found that the amp is very good at that. I do have a few tweed amps of my own. I have the low power twin, and I also have the 57 Deluxe. So the tweed sound is something that I do like. And the Bassman does get that. It is a little bit more bassy than the other two, as it was originally intended to be a bass amplifier. So I thought let's give it a go and see what kind of tones we get out of it. Right now I'm running into the normal channel of the amp. My settings are the presence at 4, the mids are at 12, they're all the way up. The bass is at 3, the treble is at about 8.5, and the volume is just right around 5. So I'm kind of like on the edge of breakup. And I do want to say the amp it's very loud. But let's play a couple licks, and as always, mistakes are free of charge. I don't go back and re-edit. We're gonna really see how it sounds. Like I said, it's not a performance video. It's more just a demo of the tones of the amplifier. So here we go. Alright, so now I got the Clapton Strat plugged in, and I just thought maybe we'd show some of the cleans you can get out of the amplifier as well. Right now I plugged this guitar into the lower output of the normal channel. There's two outputs, there's a high and a lower one. This guitar having a preamp on it, I always plug it into the lower output. It cuts the sound down just a little bit, I think about 6 decibels, and it makes it a bit more manageable, because even when you have the preamp rolled off on this guitar, it's still pushing a little bit, so it does tend to push amps into breakup a bit more than a normal Stratocaster would, even with the preamp turned off. So I plug into the lower output of the normal channel. Right now, all the settings on the amp are the same. The guitar volume, I do have it about 8.5, because like I said, even with the preamp off, it's a bit louder. So just to get some clean sounds. So here we go. Here's some licks for that. There's one clean tone you can get out of it. Here's another one. You can get sort of a Derek and the Dominoes thing going. You put on the bridge and the middle pickup, and you get so it's another great glassy kind of clean tone you get out of it, like when you have a tweed amp that's pushed into breakup and you roll your guitar volume down, you get nice glassy cleans like that. The other thing you can do, if you have a Clapton Strat or an overdrive pedal or something like that, you can turn your volume up. That gets us kind of into a crunch. And then if you want to go even farther, I have this preamp on board, and we can roll that up. So you get the idea. It's very Marshall-y sounding when it's pushed. You can get that kind of that early Marshall breakup, early rock and roll. But those are just some things that I found the amp does well as I've been toying around with it, trying to get some of the Stevie Ray tones. I found that these tones kind of came out of it much more effortless than if I was trying to chase that Stevie Ray tone. And I know they're not cheap, but as far as the tweed reissues go from Fender, the Twin is a hand-wired custom model. The Deluxe is a hand-wired custom model. Even the Champ is a hand-wired custom model. So those are pretty expensive amplifiers. You can find one of these guys used anywhere from $800 to $1,200. So if you're looking to get into the tweed sound from Fender on a bit more of a budget, a used reissue Bassman is definitely one way I would go. As for the Stevie tones I keep alluding to, I figured we will save that for another video. So with that in mind, I will say thanks for checking out this week's edition of Mikey's Blues Box, and I will see you next week where we will push this amp in a different direction and see if we can get a Stevie Ray tone out of it or not. Until next week, thanks for checking it out.